Hello, hello, hello. I think we're live on Facebook. Yes, we are. Okay, hopefully today it won't cut us out like it did yesterday in mid-sentence. Hello, family. It's still a little early in the day. It's been raining. It's been crazy trying to get some type of connection. Plus, your girl was just enjoying the rain. I'm not going to lie about it. It felt good to me to get a little bit of sleep. Hey, Dr. Eve, how you doing, sis? Thank you for joining. Thank you for following. To all my replay viewers and live viewers, thank you for sharing this broadcast out. And thank you for your hearts. I appreciate you. So, yeah, it's still time for Embrace TV's Word of the Day. Your girl got a couple of hours sleep in. Hey, beautiful to you. You know, so I thank you. I thank you for you guys always being understanding when I come in a little later, because when I can get a couple of hours, I have to seize the moment, you guys. I just have to. I average about 2.5, 3 hours sleep every single night of my life. So whenever that can get stretched beyond that, an hour or two, 30 minutes or so, I take it. I have to get in where I fit in, okay? So I thank you guys for being understanding. I have committed to 365. So, you know, as long as we have an understanding that every time that 365 ain't going to come at 7 o'clock sharp, it might come at 9. And so far, I think this is episode 97. I've done pretty well for, I think about, I'm going to say 3, maybe 4 days I've altered. Hey, Julie, how you doing? I've kind of altered the time because of that. So thank you for inviting your followers and retweeting. And again, I just thank you guys for understanding. See, that's what family's all about, right? That's what it's all about. We love on each other and we understand. So I really appreciate you. I really, really do. God bless you all. So let's do that. It's time for the Embrace Formula Word of the Day, where we pick a word blindly. Thank you. I thank you, sis, for coming in. I see my sisters in here live, and it makes my heart happy. It really does. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a word out of this glass. We choose a word blindly because what it does is it's symbolic of us not practicing our perception skills. This is what we're doing. This is not to take the place of your prayer time or your devotion. Okay, this is simply an exercise we use to practice our perception skills. Okay, what we want to do is we want to get in the habit of not panicking and not being fearful. As believers, when things come our way that were unplanned or they feel uncomfortable or they just don't feel right, we need to keep our eyes on who's in charge. You cannot focus on that thing. Don't believe what your eyes see, because it's not what it seems. Trust me, it's not what it seems. And so what we do is we'll pull a word blindly, and sometimes the words are warm and fuzzy, and sometimes they're not. Sometimes there's a lot of negative emotion attached to some of the words. Hi, Mia. Thank you for joining, darling. Thank you for sharing the broadcast. I appreciate you. And sometimes the words just don't make us feel very, very good inside, okay? So we want to get into the habit of changing our perception. We want to get into the habit of saying, okay, Lord, what are we doing today? What is this really, what's really going on? How are you going to use me? What are you trying to teach me? What are you trying to say to me? Instead of focusing so much on what's going on around us, because that's not important. He promised to never leave us or forsake us. And also the word says all things work together for your good. So if you know how it's going to end, why are you scared? Why are you scared? There's no point in that. So we want to practice living that way. We want to practice saying, okay, this thing isn't what I planned, but that's okay. I got this. I got this because you're with me. So let's do it. Let's do it. So that's what we do. And I'm so thankful that I have some faithful viewers in here who are keeping up on the Facebook page. On the Embrace Formula is the Facebook page, where you can also suggest words that I put in that glass. Okay, I love that participation. I also love the fact that you comment on some of the videos. I really, really appreciate that, you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose a word, and we're gonna dive in. I'm gonna give you my first thought on the word, okay? I'm looking at Periscope, I'm looking at Facebook. And then you share with me what you think, okay? What comes to your mind? How would you handle this, especially if it's a word that's a negative word, okay? So let's see what we got here. Okay, that's not a bad one. This was good. For all you newcomers, we're gonna break you in easy. Happy. Happy is our word. I like happy. The first thought that comes to my mind, what makes me happy? So I ask you, what makes you happy? Think on these things. You know, the word says, delight thyself. Let me see if Take delight in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. That's in Psalms. I don't really know which Psalm it is. But delight in the Lord. That means to be happy. To be happy. And he will give you the desires of your heart. And so, what makes you happy? What things do you dwell on? What things do you replace those negative feelings with and those negative thoughts? Because Satan uses the power of suggestion. That's one of his most powerful tools. He's always trying to drop little nuggets in your head. Always. You cannot let him in. Don't even dabble in that thing, okay? So you want to focus on that is good. That is happy. What makes you happy? And sometimes life can just be such a ball of chaos that we just get so caught up in our routines, and we get caught up in what's going on around us, and the bills, the kids, the spouses, we just get caught up in the news. Oh Lord have mercy. If you're a crybaby like me, you turn on the news and within the first 30 seconds you're bawling like a baby, because there's always something to just take you there. We forget to meditate and concentrate on the things that make us happy. As we get older, it seems like such an easy thing to do. Hello, thank you for joining. It seems like it's such an easy thing to do, to forget about the things that make us happy. When we're kids, kids, we can say kids are selfish. That's what we can say. They have a selfish nature about them. But in a way, it's not really bad, because kids do what they want to do. They do what makes them happy when they're little, like especially little 2- and 3-year-olds. They don't know any better. They just, if they want it, they get it. Okay? If they feel like cracking up until their little faces turn red, that's what they do. They're so innocent, and they don't see the consequences in certain things. They don't even think that far ahead. This is what makes me happy right now. And so this is what they do. And as we get older, we get away from that. We get away from delighting ourselves in the simple things like laughter. Like laughter. Hey, Amanda, thank you for joining. So we really, so I ask you today, what makes you happy? I mean, really happy. What makes you happy? And it doesn't have to be elaborate. It could be the simplest things. Like, I love the rain. I don't necessarily like to be out in it, like driving in it, but even to sit in it. The Lord has blessed me with a nice little landscaped patio, and to me, it makes sense to just go out and just sit there on the patio and just be that close to the rain falling and listening to it hit the ground. Water is refreshing. It's a refreshing of sorts. Hello, Cynthia. Hello. Thank you for joining. Thank you guys for tweeting, and thank you for sharing this. So we pulled our word of the day, Cynthia and Amanda. Thank you for coming in. And our word is happy. So I was just kind of discussing how as we get older, it seems like we just get so far away. Thank you, darling, for inviting. Excuse me. We get so far away from what makes us happy. When we're kids, we're just happy. We just do things. We don't think about consequences. We don't think if we just want to just lay down in the middle of the floor and roll around and giggle all day, that's what we do. Joy is your middle name? I see that. See, this was just meant for you, Cynthia Joy. That's beautiful. Oh, God bless you. I love it. So yeah, so you have a constant reminder to stay joyful. And I come from a family where it's a big deal what you name your babies. Okay? Because this is how it was explained to me when I was a kid. And I digress, but I want to go here for a minute because you're on here, Cynthia. Is when you name your child, you have to be careful about, putting certain sounds together and making it, because when we say, for instance, when you pray, if you're a believer, when you pray, sometimes you just don't know what to pray for. I wake up with joy whether I want to or not. Yes, you do, because that's your name. That's what the point I was getting ready to make. You be careful what you're calling your child, because you don't want to be calling them something that's not all that great. You make up something and the sounds mean something else in the spirit world, as far as people, the agents interceding for the Holy Spirit interceding for you. So you be careful what you call that child. You call that child, you name that child something that means, you pick my name out, my mom was reading the book and I squeaked. Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. I love it. What a beautiful, beautiful legacy to leave behind, to tell your children, my dad named me Joy. I love it. I love it. You are, I know, a beautiful thing in their life. I mean, for them to bless you with such a name, that's amazing. And when you call your child his or her name, you're speaking life or death into them. So that's why you want to be careful what you call them. It means heavenly light. Yes. You want to be careful what you calling them every day. You don't want to mess around and name them something, and the translation of that name is crazy person, you know, or you know, cuckoo clock. I mean, you don't understand, or mean spirited, or, you know, war starter, you know, something crazy like that. You be careful what you name your child, because every time you speak their name, you are speaking either life or death into them. That was my mini lesson. So that, and I was taught that early in life, you know. And so yeah, so you want to be careful. So to have the name Joy, that's a blessing. That's a blessing. That was just a blessing spoke into your life from day one. Yeah, that's cool. That is so cool. So happy. What makes you happy, you guys? Think about those things. And you probably get so busy in your life, you don't even think about it that much. You don't even think about it that much. Take the time today. That is our challenge for today. To think about what makes me happy. What makes my heart smile. And it doesn't have to be big and elaborate. It could be just as simple as sitting down and meditating on your blessings. That should make you very happy. The fact that you woke up this morning. The fact that you can look in the eyes and say good morning to your loved one. The fact that we have free speech and we can go on Facebook and we can go on Periscope and Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat and all these other places, and we can say the name of Jesus without repercussions. You know what I'm saying? There's blessings. There are things that should make your heart happy. The Dollar Tree makes me happy too. We need to hook up. You know, so there's so many things. But take the time, because you probably don't allow yourself to focus on the things that make you happy. So it sounds like a simple thing, but I challenge you to do that today. I challenge you to do that today. And if you're like myself, we'd probably be surprised on how much we don't do that. We've just forgotten. It's a lost art. We're so busy doing for other people. We're so busy, you know, hustling to and fro, trying to make ends meet, trying to just stay sane in this crazy world. And we just forget about the things that make us happy. The simple things, you know, seeing a single rose bloom, listening to a bird chirp. You know, I see a mother every day. She walks to the bus stop to get her little one from the bus, and it's so cute because you see her when she walks this way, and then when she comes back this way, he's always skipping. I have to remember that I get to be happy. Yes, it's a beautiful thing to be happy. You know, it's a beautiful thing to be happy. And yes, we all encounter things in our lives that aren't so wonderful, you know. But I promise you that in spite of every negative thing that tries to come your way and take over, you can sit down and think of 10 more things that'll make you happy. Because in spite of it all, we are always blessed. There is always something to be thankful for. Always. And there's a song that I love called Be Grateful. That's one of my favorite songs. It used to be my theme song. And I promise you that there's a line in there that says, be grateful because there's always someone else who's worse off than you. Be grateful because there's someone else who'd love to be in your shoes. There's always a reason to be thankful and grateful, you guys, and to be happy. You just have to take the time to meditate on those things and identify those things and take joy and pleasure in thinking about those things. Okay, so yeah, that happy is our word today. I thank you all for joining. I'm very happy about this word. Well, I want to share something real quick. That's what I wanted to do. My sis Henny Jackson, who is the owner of Unique Couture Boutique, made this for me. Yes, and so I wanted to give out her website. I wrote it down. Please go. This is a free plug. It's www.unique, and it's spelled a little differently, so that's why I wrote it down. .com. Thank you. I think so too. She blessed me with that. I went to the mailbox, and there it was, and I just thought it was absolutely beautiful. But she handmakes unique designs, and it's my favorite color. I love black. Is my favorite color. I love black. I really do. So anything with black, yeah, you've won my heart. So I just thought this was beautiful. But I want to give her a shout out and a plug and a thank you and a praise the Lord for you, sister. So yeah, if you're thinking of purchasing something like handmade unique gifts, that's the place to go. Okay, so I wanted to put that in as my way of saying thank you to you, my dear. I love you and I appreciate you. The rest of you, I love you too. That's what my mama said. I hope life is treating you kind. Okay, enjoy the rest of your day. Embrace your life and embrace your purpose. Cherish your time. Know that God woke you up this morning, giving you another chance to get it right, you guys. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for following and for sharing. Y'all be blessed now, okay? Love you.